sports reporting. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down. You know nothing about sports.
Nuts prod not the beat.
You know nothing about sports.
Fresh off the bye week. We back.
Hello.
I will say that it was an unexpected bye week, but
Yeah,
these things happen, man.
I know. I spent my bye week in New Orleans, man. You know,
In Temple, Texas, man.
a whole lot of shenanigans went down. Don't matter how old my buddies get from high school. All of us like 47, 48 years old. One of them managed to put his hand on some guy's girlfriend butt in the club and start a fight, like it's back in high school.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah,
The older you get, the more things stay the same.
Yep.
yeah, buddy. And I kept telling these dudes, man. I said, after 30 years, man, I said, y'all still the same, man. Haven't changed. Look, one dude, except I went to all-boy Catholic school, right? So we in the yard passing out our, reunion packet, clothes, the jacket, the sweater, the hat and stuff. They out there in the schoolyard drinking whiskey, rum, vodka.
Come on, man.
Then, one of the priests pull up, and this dude gonna say, "Oh, let me go holler at him." I said, "Man, you got a drink in your hand." Man, Father knew I drink. Hey!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I love them dudes. We
Man.
had some fun though, man. But
Wow. How long were you down there?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
Came back Monday. It
Man.
was all right.
Dude, I
Hey,
ate
man, look
entirely
here.
too much in Texas, dude. I need to detox. I really
I
do.
know.
Shout out to Miller's Barbecue in Belton, Texas. The stuff's like crack. Not that I know what crack is like, but
Hey,
Look, the
Hey,
last
man.
episode, I want to apologize to some people who actually think I like heroin. Like,
oh my
I don't like needles, and snorting is, I just no. It was all jokes, and as my co-host just said, crack, food is
God. Tell you,
addictive.
because I used to travel with my job, man. I'm gonna tell you, the best place where I've been in this country that has barbecue, you wouldn't believe it. There's a place called Chester's in Groton, Connecticut, man. I lie to you not. I went there. I got the brisket and some chicken, and I ate it, right? About 5 hours later, back at the hotel, I was still smelling barbecue.
Wow.
From which end?
No, my nose, my hands, man. Oh, look, I didn't put no hot sauce on it where I can have backdraft coming out my drawers, but
I thought the best barbecue, well, one of the best barbecues was like in Missouri and like Kansas City. Well, not, someone told me it's not in Kansas City, it's like over, but it's in Missouri.
hey, when I had to go to Kansas City for work, I can't think of the name of the spot, man, but there is a spot in Kansas City on the Kansas side, that is, because I'm sorry, on the Missouri side, the Kansas City, Kansas side. Ooh, boy, Southeast DC all day. But on the Missouri side, there was a good spot, man. Also, when I had to go to Omaha, no, Lincoln. I had to go to Lincoln, man. They had a good barbecue spot in Lincoln, man.
Mm.
All right, let's get this show going. So, first topic, man. We kind of touched on it last week, this Chase Young incident, man. I don't. Well, hopefully this new law they passed, where the athletes can get paid on their likeness and things like that, that might change some of this, because the kid got some money from a family friend.
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I don't know all the rules. So what y'all think?
Well, first thing, the update to the story is he's going to be eligible after the Rutgers game, which they're going to smash Rutgers. So it's not even. So it doesn't hurt him. Unfortunately, he gets to play my Michigan Wolverines, but it doesn't stop him from missing that game and possibly the Big Ten championship and then possibly the college football playoff. But Ohio State, I have mixed feelings about this because I don't like Ohio State, and they have their quarterback Pryor and his crew. They were selling signed jerseys for tattoos, and somebody else, and pretty much Urban Meyer's dirty wherever he goes. But
what you think, B? Oh, go ahead, K-Man. You still go ahead.
All right, so you get a scholarship to go to college. It's Ohio State. First of all, it's not a prestigious academic institution. So let's stop that right there. But it's what, $40,000. Add room and board, maybe that's another $12,000. Add food. Add food for those 2 semesters. Another $6,000. How much does he generate for that school?
All right.
What? I mean, even though he's a defensive end, how much does he generate for that school? I'm saying, let's go on the low end, $500,000. What did he borrow? Like what, 1,000? Yeah. So it's just like it's not fair. It's not fair to the student athletes. We got also a case like that in with the Memphis player. Go ahead, B.
Essentially, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Essentially, the NCAA is punishing Chase Young for being broke.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, this guy borrowed $1,000 or so, give or take, to fly his girlfriend back from the Rose Bowl, or to and from the Rose Bowl, from a family friend. Borrowed, didn't steal it. He didn't steal it. He borrowed and paid it back the next summer. Where's the issue? Besides your archaic rules that you refuse to get over. Where's the issue? I mean, Kennedy said it. He's generating $500,000 to $1 million for your university. You got more games. You got more games on national TV than you normally do because of this young defensive end, which generates even more money. And you punishing this kid because he borrowed money? Give me a break, man. Give me a break. I'm glad that they reduced the games from 4 to 2, but still, they gotta do something about it. And I think they took a step in the right direction by allowing these players to make money off of their likeness. But it's rules like this that they really got to go in and modernize things and do some cleaning up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you got coaches who don't want to see them paid because what did Dabo say? Oh, if they stop playing players, I might quit. You make $9.3 million a year.
Please. And let's be honest. Most of these players that will be making money off of their likeness, they're not going to make that much. Think about it. They're only the ones that are going to be worth Nike, Puma, Reebok, Adidas. The ones that are worth those type of endorsements and things of that nature, they're only going to be there for a year.
Well, you hold on. You can't do that in college. You got to stay 3 years.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking about basketball.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to think about this, y'all. All what y'all saying is good, but there are rules. But just like our 4 founders of America has already showed us, and if you got the right kind of person or lawyer, there's always a loophole in some of these laws where you can finagle your way around and get around some of that stuff. But
Yeah.
this is my thing. Then we can move on. This is my thing, y'all. I think because I'm still a video game junkie.
Right.
I remember when they had the college football video games.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, since they're paying the athletes, they might bring that stuff back, and that's gonna.
Oh, they bringing that back.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring that back.
Right. Yeah.
Now, my thing
EA
is,
Sports bringing that back.
exactly. So is EA Sports going to benefit, or is the school going to benefit, or is the athlete going to benefit?
Actually, EA and the school's going to benefit. The athlete's going to get a little bit of money, but I know we got to make this short, but like, look at Madden. How do you know all these players? Because I see him in Madden. So
Right.
now, and then in NBA 2K. So now all of a sudden, ooh, who is Justin Fields? Who is Joe Burrow? Who is?
Hey man, you just hit the spot around it. Look, I don't know if y'all know this, man, because every Saturday morning I try to get up and watch college football if I'm not out. You notice they've been giving these college football players ratings, just
Yes.
like they do NFL players in the video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And then my last point is, stop trying to punish Chase Young. He's going to get punished when he gets drafted by the Redskins. And on that end,
because they haven't scored a touchdown in 3 straight games. But check it out. Here you go. Next topic. And I know y'all heard it. I'm gonna start with you, B Wig. Kaepernick is getting a private tryout Saturday. How do you think it's gonna go, B?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I haven't been following him like that. I mean, I saw the notification come across on my phone that he was going to be hosting the workout, and that a few teams would be in attendance. Clearly, I don't think it's for this year. I think it's for the season coming up next season. At this point, I can't really say because you don't know how many teams are going to be there. Number one. Number two, you don't know there doesn't have to be any intent with the team going. They could just be said, okay, I'm going. It's Kaepernick. I'm going just to silence any backlash that I would get from not going.
I was going to ask you about that.
So, could there be one or two teams legitimately giving him a look for maybe a backup role next season? Possibly. But I don't think you're going to see any teams with established starters at quarterback giving him any serious look. And then that's going to cause a problem. That's going to cause a problem. It's going to be it is. It really is because the next thing you're going to hear is, teams are he's still being blackballed. Teams had no real intent on signing him. Let him go unsigned going into next season, and we're gonna start this whole thing all over again. We're gonna start this all over again because I truly believe that he's still better than half the QBs that have starting jobs in this league.
What you think, Kate, man?
So I was on my Twitter feed. I saw Charles Robinson from Yahoo Sports had an article about this, and he called it a no-lose situation for the NFL. The NFL, they think they got this whole criminal justice thing sewn up. They got their little poster boy, and then they got the players okay with it, and then they got they're not showing the national anthem, so you don't have to worry about people getting criticized. So the last part of this is Colin Kaepernick. But his whole stance has been no one's worked me out. So they created something on a Saturday in Atlanta for him to come out. And then say they're inviting people to have tape. But here's the thing. Saturday, as they said, is travel day for the NFL and GMs.
Right.
Who's coming there on a Saturday to see? And then his thing is, Cap's thing is, okay, I'm going to go, but there better be some big guys there. There better be some head coaches and GMs there. They're not there because they're traveling.
Exactly.
So it's a farce.
Exactly.
And then also, it's November on a Saturday.
Exactly.
In Atlanta, most area scouts are going to be at SEC games checking out prospects. This is a farce. This is the NFL trying to stop this thing because I believe this is actually Colin Kaepernick's last year. Maybe next year, last year, because we got about 4 or 5 quarterbacks coming in next year. Mm-hmm. And then in 2021, we got 3 more. Then you can honestly say, no, you're not better than some of these quarterbacks. Right now, you can say that. Like, you can look at some teams. Like, for God's sakes, man, Denver Broncos starting quarterback is Brandon Allen. Come on. Colin Kaepernick's better than Brandon Allen. He's better than Flacco. And he's better than a whole host of quarterbacks. Whoever the Redskins trotting out.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. The Giants quarterback. I mean, I know they're rookies. But he's better than them.
Okay. I got another question for y'all on this joint. What do you think the fans are going to say? And you think they're going to show up in the game? If say, for example, one of these teams pick Kaepernick, you think they're going to show up at the game? You think people are going to pull endorsements away from the teams that the team that select him?
No. Because the minute you drop them, I got somebody else. Remember, the NFL had Papa John's, and then Papa John's dropped them, and the NFL had over $1 billion deal with Pizza Hut within 2 days.
Right. I mean, look, the NFL is ran by probably the 32 top business minds on this entire earth. Minds that have been making money.
I disagree.
Minds that have been making money for years and years and years. There is always a plan B. Billionaires always have a plan B.
So what you're saying, B-Wig, is that by the league giving Kaepernick this trial and possibly bringing him back to the league, it's a win-win, revenue-wise?
There's always going to be a loser. No, nothing is hardly ever win-win this day and age. No. Nothing. Like there's always going to be a loser. If a team signs him, I don't even think. If anything, the team's revenue is going to increase. You know why?
Yes.
You know why? Because of the eyeballs on that team, and because of merchandise sales. You don't think Colin Kaepernick jerseys are going to fly off the shelf? You think they're not going to fly off the shelves as soon as he puts pen to that ink? As soon as he puts the ink to the paper?
Nike made $2.3 billion a week after they signed him to a deal.
Yeah.
When people were burning their Nike socks and everything like that, people were going out and buying. More people were going out and buying Nike gear.
All right. One last question to both of y'all. I don't know if you guys want to comment on this one, but I'm going to throw it out there. If he continues to kneel at games, how do you think law enforcement is going to feel about that?
You know what? It's not so much law enforcement. It's the veterans, the retired veterans, the armed forces. I mean, but you still have individuals on that side who have the brain capacity to understand what was behind that. So, they understood. They had the brain, the neurons to understand, to comprehend the situation. You had those who were looking at the situation through blind. Oh, he disrespecting the flag. No, idiot, he was not. That was never the intent. That was never what he was doing. And you had those on that side that understood that. With that being said, I don't think. I think more. I think more people are past it than people that remain bothered by it.
Yeah.
Because you just don't hear that much about it anymore.
What you think, K-Man? What you think law enforcement gonna feel?
First of all, I don't care what law enforcement feel because it has nothing to do with y'all. Eat your donuts and go patrol around the neighborhood or save a cat from a tree. Second of all, the whole kneeling part, it was a veteran who told Cap, because Cap was sitting for the that was his protest. He's like, no, you're disrespecting the flag. And then he said, won't you kneel? So a veteran told him to kneel.
Right.
And that is his way of not disrespecting the flag. People use this subject because it's easy. And, a black man with an afro is kneeling and disrespecting the flag. And he's dishonoring veterans. But one of the things of veterans is your veterans, and I know Veterans Day was just here, but they fight for our freedom. And the freedom comes with, there's going to be an individual kneeling during the national anthem, but there's also going to be an individual cussing and calling you all types of epithets. But your job is, and rightfully so, and we honor them for their service, is to defend that person's honor to do these acts. That's what makes America great. That's the freedom of this country.
Good point.
Yep.
All right. That was pretty good. All right. So, this past week, like I said, I want to do a segment where each one of you guys give a winner and a loser out of all 32 teams. K-Man, I'm going to start with you. Who's your winner and who's your loser?
From all 32 teams?
Pick a team. Who you think?
Out of 32.
Yeah.
Out of 32. Okay.
Got you.
Winner, Russell Wilson. Or should I call him, as of right now, MVP.
I think Lamar Jackson might have something to say about that, K-Man, but go ahead.
Yeah, Lamar ain't doing what he doing. Lamar good, but he ain't doing what he doing. And let's be for real. Russ needs to win this because the next couple of years, that's Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes award, maybe Tua and Joe Burrow, something like that. But he is killing it. He is absolutely killing it. His leadership is unquestioned. I mean, besides, the little Instagram pictures that him and his wife take that are corny, but he is killing it. Loser. There's so many.
Don't take mine.
Okay, no. Mine. Oh my God, who is a absolute loser?
Look, think about it. I'm gonna say this. Hold on, K-Man, let you go. I'm gonna say this. America, I'm glad we had a bye week because the majority of the teams that we would have picked would have lost. But go ahead, K-Man.
Adam Gase, your team's victory over the Giants stops nothing. You are a loser, sir. You have no business being in that job. If you stay there past this year, it doesn't matter. You're going to get fired. And then what's going to happen to you is you're going to go back to being a coordinator. And then after that, what's going to happen? You're going to be in the XFL, just like the former Chargers head coach, Mike McCoy. Because here's the thing. Just like him, you were only good because of Peyton Manning. And for McCoy, it was Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers. Once you don't have anything, your talent is nothing.
All right, B. Who you got?
My winner, and I struggled. I struggled with this, man. I went back and forth with it, but I would also have to say Russell Wilson. And I was this close. I was this close to going with Lamar Jackson. But as good as I think Lamar is, and as much fun as I'm having watching this show he puts on every Sunday, I just don't think it's sustainable. I don't. and that's why I picked Russell. That's
You know
why
the real. You know the real reason why you didn't pick Lamar Jackson. it's because of his hair. His hair is breaded up like a fade. Once again, I'm sorry for the drug talk.
God, he took it there. But yeah. After watching what Russell Wilson was able to do Monday night, against who was arguably the best team left in the NFC, in their stadium, I think it was special. I think he's having a special season, and he should be at the forefront of the MVP race. Biggest loser, man. There were so many.
Both of y'all said there was so many.
I mean, yeah, I could go so many different directions.
I got 15, dude. I just got 15.
Yeah, I could go so many different directions, but there's a 3-way tie. I'll say this. There's a 3-way tie. Number 1, Anthony Lynn. You lost to John Gruden on national television.
Yeah.
He's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Miami Dolphins. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
They're playing hard.
Really? What are you doing?
You know what that playing hard is gonna get him? Jerry Jeudy. That's that playing hard is gonna get him. Jerry Jeudy.
And number 3, the New Orleans Saints.
Man. That's my loser.
The Falcons.
26-9 in our dome.
You didn't even score a touchdown at home. Oh yeah, and I had a 1B for my winner, and it wasn't Lamar Jackson. It was the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, they get in trouble, bro.
Like I said, my winner was Russell Wilson. My loser was the Saints, man. I'm sitting down here, checking the score. I'm looking at this crapola. I'm like, what are they doing? I was like, yo, what are you doing? And look, by both of y'all saying y'all had so many teams, you can go either way. You know what I thought about, right? Remember Seinfeld? He said, when she got in the car, she said, I go either way. He said, no.
You're telling me.
But I'm going to tell you.
The Batman villain.
If that helps you.
But I'm going to tell you, another close winner, man, was Dalvin Cook. My man can ball.
Yes.
My man got some feet and some moves. I watched that Vikings game, man. I was like, what?
Sean, do you remember when I said, what was it, 6 weeks ago, that Dalvin Cook was the best back in NFL?
Yeah.
And you said no. You said Zeke, Le'Veon. Do you see
Yeah,
what I mean now? Do you see what I mean? On Sunday night, Zeke looked like a rich, comfortable man.
Yeah.
He looked really rich and complacent.
Is it me? Or is he like super chunky? Like he is not in like
he's not as ripped as he has been in seasons
past.
Past. His endurance is not what it has been in seasons past. His stamina is off. Everything is off.
Well,
everything.
I watched that game, man, and I don't know. I was going to actually be with y'all. Offensive line didn't look like a regular like an offensive line of old. It looked like y'all were getting manhandled.
You do
scrimmage.
You know that Minnesota has one of the best fronts in the NFL, right?
I know that, but don't the Cowboys have a good offensive line?
Yeah, when they're healthy. Look, Tyron Smith, as good as he is on the downside of his career.
Yeah.
Lyle Collins is battling a knee issue. Zach Martin is battling a back issue. Travis Frederick is not the same. He hasn't gotten back to his old self yet. Now, what they did against the Giants, who do the Giants have on their front four?
No one.
Absolutely no one. Last week and this week was night and day. You saw what happens to us, to our line when we go up against a formidable front.
Oh, and Sean, as far as the Saints losing, it's November. A good team would throw a clunker in there in November. It's just how November is. And then they're a division rival. And then the Falcons wanted to play hard for their coach because they really like their coach but he's about to get fired. But so that's what happened, and you just didn't. Essentially, the Saints didn't match their intensity.
Exactly. Yeah, we got beat. Bottom line.
Yeah, I mean it happens.
It's a good thing.
It
It's
happens.
a good thing.
It
But
just so go ahead.
That kind of messed us up, man, because I think Green Bay has the home field advantage now if they can win out and win their games. That's the thing.
Yeah, and then
we may have to go on a road for because we might be the third seed now.
And what that loss also did was it really opened up a door for for one of the two teams that played on this past Sunday night. Yeah. And unfortunately, one coach was too pathetic enough to take advantage of that open opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But y'all can still win the East, man, because you're in Seattle, you're in Philly 5-4.
I don't even care. What does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
We win the NFC East. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. We go somewhere. We host a home game. We host a home game. Possibly win it. Then go get whooped like we did last year.
Yeah.
JG, my friend. JG.
And he's not talking about JG Wentworth.
No.
You want your money now, huh?
My money, and I need it now.
All right, so look, I know, man. What stood out, man? What stood out for me this past week was to me it was Lamar Jackson, man. He balled out. He kind of put his name in the MVP race with Russell Wilson, but I think Russell Wilson still got him by a little bit. That's what stood out for me. What about you, B-Wade? What stood out?
Aaron Rodgers is not the most important Aaron in Green Bay.
You said that, yeah. Yes, that's a good point. Yeah.
I think what we saw on Sunday when they played the Panthers was that team. I think even with Devontae Adams being back, that team needs the threat of a running game. Not only do they have a threat, they have a legitimate running game.
They got two running backs, man, Williams and Aaron Jones. Yeah.
But Aaron Jones, what is this, his third year? He's quietly been hurt prior to this season, but
just like Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
This is Dalvin Cook's third year.
Yeah. Aaron Jones has quietly been one of the more underrated rushers in the league. And now that, he's finally healthy, they got some pieces on that offensive line. The offensive line is starting to gel together, and I think it gives the Packers an opportunity to be a threat and come January.
Yeah, you're right.
I will say this: Mike McCarthy has to look at this team, and he really has to be punching a lot of holes in this, and a lot of holes in walls. Because hold up, why I ain't get no running game? Why I get no defense that can actually tackle and get after the passer?
Why they didn't give me Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith?
I would have 2 more rings by now if I had this. Now I'm at home. For real. Cheetos.
For real.
So K-Man, what stood out for you, K-Man?
Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't want to hear, Greg Kittle wasn't playing. I don't want to hear, Emmanuel Sanders went out. I don't want to hear it. You are getting paid $27 million, and you are absolutely the liability of that team. That defense is nice.
Yeah, really is.
That interception, I think, was like 57 that got on Russell. I mean, that wasn't a bad throw. That was just a great athletic move. And the way that they who is their defensive tackle? The way he pushed the center of Seattle. My God. But the dude can't throw. He can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
He cannot throw the ball.
Why are you talking about that defensive line? Ronald Blair. I'm not sure. I didn't follow his injury after the game, but I'm not sure what happened with him. It looked like a knee, like a ligament or something. But he did something that I have never, ever seen a defensive lineman, let alone a defensive tackle, a defensive lineman do. I've never seen him do it before. Track down Russell Wilson in open space and bring him down by himself. That was impressive.
The hustle play on the would have been touchdown. I mean, the corner was there, and he just rips the ball away.
Yeah,
That team defensively is ferocious. Offensively, their line is the running game is good.
Their defense is going to keep them in the games, man.
Yes.
Yep.
I just honestly don't believe that in a game in Green Bay and New Orleans, I don't think they can win. Honestly, I don't even think they can go to Dallas to win a playoff game.
I got one more thing that stood out. Then we can go to the picks. What do you guys think about Christian McCaffrey, white guy, leading NFL in rushing? First time in I don't know how long this has happened.
Since what, Riggins in '83 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real quick before I touch on McCaffrey, shout out to Peyton Hillis. Y'all remember Peyton Hillis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white running back that took the lead by storm for one season. So I mean, we get one every now and then. But
all right. Don't forget Mike Allstott.
Like Allstott.
Oh yeah.
But John Madden hyped him up. He was getting yards, but he wasn't getting yards. He was just, Madden, boo, boo, boo. Just the little sound effects all the time. But he was all right. But he ain't McCaffrey.
Here you go, Kennedy. You had John Madden hyping him up, but you also had another guy hyping him up. Remember this? And bumbling and stumbling.
Boomer.
I am so glad he is on ESPN Plus, so I don't have to see him. Oh my God. Frozen Tundra. Quick thing before we go. The Frozen Tundra. The Tundra, by default, is frozen. You don't need to add frozen and then Tundra. It's a Tundra. It's by definition, it's frozen.
But look,
I digress.
I will say this about Boomer. What does he call the NFC North? The Norris division, like they're playing hockey. That's what got me, man.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, man. Shout out to C-Mac. He's
doing his thing, man.
He's doing what he do. Behind really not great of an offensive line. He's handling his. So
and shout out to his dad and his genetics. I mean, he's in the NFL. His brother was on a practice squad for a long time, and his younger brother is the backup quarterback in Michigan. And I think there's maybe one more.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 of them dudes.
I think so.
Dude, talking about his dad, Ed McCaffrey is the slowest, fastest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God!
Routes.
He was so good at route running.
Yeah,
so good, and he had really good hands. But he was
a hair faster than Jason Witten.
But that's why he would get open so much. He would run great routes.
Great routes.
He had Elway throwing him the ball, and the ball would be right there.
Right.
He had Jake Palmer throwing him the ball. He still would catch it. He was really good at route running.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to these picks, man.
Ready.
Thursday night, Pittsburgh at Cleveland, the divisional game. Who you got, K-Man?
I got the Browns winning. What I like about Pittsburgh is their defense. On all 3 levels, they have studs. Now, on the middle level, it's kind of a little up and down, but he's a rookie. But you got Casey Hayward, you got Devin Bush, you got Minkah Fitzpatrick, who is on the low, a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Problem I have with Pittsburgh is their offense. Mason Rudolph can't beat nobody, and they ain't got no running game. I think the Browns have a little bit of confidence in themselves, and I think they have enough offense to win this game. So I'm going with the Browns.
All right, K-Man, who you got, B?
I like the Steelers. That defense is pretty impressive. Like at all levels. On the line, they're getting good linebacker play. Minkah Fitzpatrick has totally turned around that secondary. I think the Steelers going to Cleveland and take one.
Yeah, 'cause
kudos to Mike Tomlin for the job he's
that's
doing
what
with that
I
team.
was getting ready to say that. B. Somebody was talking about he might be coach of the year if Pittsburgh still keeps winning because they lost Bell, they lost AB, they lost Roethlisberger, but they still somehow winning these games.
He
But
won't be coach of the year, but
Kudos to the future Dallas Cowboy or Washington Redskins head coach Mike Tomlin. Kudos to you, player.
I don't want him. I don't want Mike Tomlin.
All right,
But that's another conversation for another day.
What is the shape up?
Nah, it's the Omar Epps thing. I
somebody
don't,
said Omar Epps.
I can't take him seriously.
What? Hold up. You don't like Juice? That's a great movie.
Man, look.
I'm a loving basketball type of dude.
Y'all remember that picture I sent y'all, man? When Mike Tomlin had a glob of spit stuck in his beard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Come on, man.
One of the grossest things I've ever seen on TV.
Yep.
All right. So this game is gonna be interesting, man, because y'all just brought these two dudes up. Houston at Baltimore. Who you taking, B?
Baltimore.
Oh.
Yes. I trust Harbaugh more than I do Bill O'Brien. Kennedy would probably say something similar.
Look, I shouldn't even ask K-Man. I already know what he's gonna say. Who you got, K-Man?
You just said them. Why you're even asking me? I don't need to say anything. Brandon just said it for me. One is a really good coach. The other has a semi-okay comb over. I don't know. No, it's the Baltimore's defense is really good. And as much as I like Deshaun Watson, I think their defense isn't as good now that JJ's gone. Now I know they're getting Kendall Fuller back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not Kendall Fuller, but Will Fuller back. But I don't see them doing it. I see Baltimore winning this game.
All right, K, man. I'm gonna start with you with this one. Denver at Minnesota. Who you got, K?
Once again, I've stated before, Brandon Allen is our quarterback. This is a loss. One, Denver really doesn't do good, and technically 11 o'clock games because of Mountain Time. So it's a 1 o'clock game East, but it's 11 o'clock game in the Mountain. Second of all, Minnesota defensive line, as we stated before, is ferocious.
Yeah,
and
keep that dude up.
Denver's offensive line is atrocious. So yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think the defense for Denver is going to be good. They're going to probably contain Dalvin Cook for a little bit, but the constant 3 and outs and being on the field is going to wear them down, and Dalvin Cook is going to run all over them. And then Kirk Cousins can do what he likes to do, play action, throw the ball to Thielen. Oh, Thielen's probably out this game. Throw the ball to Diggs. It's probably like a 17-point Vikings victory. And then, it helps me because, draft status.
All right. Who you got, B?
Did this past weekend teach you guys anything? We know nothing about. Nothing.
Glad we didn't pick last week.
Yeah, give me the Vikings.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do that. Give me the Vikings. The Vikings have too much firepower in this game. They can hit the Broncos at all different levels, from running back to tight end and receiver. They better win this game. That's all I can say.
Look,
For Kirk Cousins' sake.
I actually don't think they're going to hit them like that because the defense is a big Fangio defense. I think their defense might score about 2 touchdowns. And then the beatdown later on. I mean,
so all you people that's playing fantasy football and you got Minnesota as your defense special teams, you better start them.
yes,
So, all right.
absolutely.
All right, so this next game is interesting. Be weird. This game is interesting. Jacksonville at Indianapolis, because I think Nick Foles might be coming back. So who you got, B?
What's Jacoby Brissett's status?
I'm not sure. I think he practiced or did limited practice.
Yeah, it was limited.
If he plays, I'll take the Colts. If not, then I'll take the Jaguars.
Yeah, because
I can't just. I'm sorry. I can't pick this one team. But if he plays, give me the Colts.
I'm with you. I'm not sure who to pick on this one. Who you got, K-Man?
I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. He ain't playing, and if he does play, he won't be his full self. And they need him to be his full self. And unfortunately, that means they have to trot up Hoyer, who stinks. He reminds me of a less athletic Jeff Garcia. It's just.
I think Hoyer played at Ohio State, didn't he? But all right, K-Man. Some people, I've been hearing rumblings. Some people saying that this is an upset. Who you got between New Orleans and Tampa Bay, K-Man? And it's in Tampa.
New Orleans. As much as I want Tampa to win, because that's once again draft status. It's the theme of the show for me. New Orleans will right this ship. Jameis Winston does too many bad things. He'll give you, for every 3 good throws, he'll give you 7 bad ones. And I think Sean Payton, not to cuss, but got in them. We'll get in them today and tomorrow and yesterday during practice. Because he will look at them and say, look, do you want to be at home? Because right now you're looking up and we got to go to Green Bay. And we saw what Green Bay looked like last week in November.
Right.
And do you want to go to San Francisco? So it's time for us to, handle our business. Now, unfortunately, we got news that their right tackle broke his arm.
Yeah.
But they got to, steady the ship. But I got New Orleans.
All right, B. Who you got, B?
As competitive as these games normally are between these two, I gotta go with the Saints. I think, the combination of Sean Payton and, Drew Brees, I think it'll ultimately be too much. I think it's gonna be a close game though. Yeah. But I think Brees will ultimately pull it out at the end.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game, yeah. All right. So B-Wig. Jets versus the Redskins in FedEx Field. B? Not too far from where you went to high school, right, B?
Yeah, man. Greenbelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, ready to stand up, baby. So we put a couple dudes in the NFL. We did.
Who you got, B?
Jeez. Give me the Jets, man. I'll take the Jets.
Wow.
I can't really give you a reason right now. But yeah, I'll take the Jets just because I gotta pick it.
All right. Who you got, K-Man?
I got the Jets. Had they not won last week, I had the Redskins winning this game. But they got they're a little cocky. I don't know why though. They beat the Giants. They're a little cocky, and that might go in there. And let's be for real, there is no imagination to the Redskins offense whatsoever. It's just, here's a prediction. It's going to be like a low-scoring game, and the game's is going to be done by like 3:25. It's going to be a very quick game.
The fact that you guys said I'm on CBS Sports. Why do you say tickets starting at $10.53 for the Redskin game?
That's up.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even joking, because remember the Redskins are coming off their bye, and the Jets before they won were like bad, and so it was starting at like $7 because they were like, who wants to go see a 1 and whatever team versus a 1 and whatever? But now it's a 2 and whatever team versus a 1 and whatever team. So it's no one's gonna be there. No one's still going to that game, which could be a good thing for the Redskins.
Yeah. All right. So K-Man, we got Dallas against Detroit. Who you got, K-Man?
Where's the game at?
Detroit.
It's going to be a high-scoring game because Detroit's defense sucks. And Stafford's not playing. Give me Dallas.
I was gonna say Stafford not playing, but remember I told you Detroit play man to man. But I think that's gonna be interesting. But who you got, B-Wig?
That's not going to make as big of a difference as y'all think it is. I think we're desperate at this point. I think the playoffs start for us right now. If we wanna win this division, basically because our schedule is so much harder than Philly's remaining schedule. But I'll take the Cowboys. I'll take the Cowboys. I don't love our defense. If we can get to the quarterback, then we'll probably pull it out. But if we don't get a pass rush, it's not gonna matter who's playing at quarterback.
Right.
It's not gonna matter. And if we don't get a pass rush, and if we don't establish any kind of running game, like Dak throwing for 400 yards does not help us. It looks pretty, but it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us win games the way we're constructed. So
I need a running game.
Yeah.
So here's a good thing. I think you're facing the 27th ranked defense, so that should help y'all.
And Jason Garrett is still our coach.
And Matt Patricia's their coach. What are we doing?
Hey,
All right. So,
just saying.
all right, B. So, we got Buffalo at Miami. It's in Miami. Who you got, B?
The Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
You never know, man. Any given Sunday.
Hey! I'm on the bandwagon, man. Give me the Dolphins.
All right, Kate, man. Who you got, Kate, man?
I got the Bills in a close one. Hey, man, them dudes playing hard.
They are
screwing the pooch, but they are playing hard. But I think Buffalo wins this because Buffalo actually sees a playoff, and then Miami needs to they need to stop this because we all saw Saturday's game. All right.
Wait a minute, K man. That brings me to something. You got the phrase of the season when you were texting us. You I'm trying to will my team to lose. I said, what? Will the team to lose?
Will them to lose.
I ain't never heard that one. All right, so K man, Atlanta against Carolina. Who you got, K?
Oh, I got Carolina winning this game. Hey, we talked about Mike Tomlin being a coach of the year candidate. Hey, Riverboat Ron is doing a great job with an undrafted quarterback and a defense that is kind of past its prime, but they still play hard. Atlanta's still not good. I don't care. I don't care what they did. They're still not good.
All right. So, the Cape man, you got Carolina. Who you got, B?
Yeah, give me Carolina. I don't think Ron Rivera will allow that team to take the Falcons lightly, which they shouldn't. But yeah, give me Carolina. They're a better team, top to bottom.
They went punch for punch in Green Bay in the snow, and they missed, a touchdown by
a
hair.
Right.
So,
and kudos to Kyle Allen, man. That was impressive. Leading your team down the field in the snow.
In Green Bay against that defense.
Right.
Very impressive.
All right, B. So Arizona at San Francisco. B, who you got?
San Francisco.
You don't think Kyler Murray can get it done?
No. Give me San Francisco. They're too talented. This is the one game where I would say San Francisco is too talented to lose this game.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close game because this is a divisional game. But
Kennedy got that look in his eye.
Who you got, Kate, man?
Look, Webster gonna get a bunch of those passes like batted right back down in his face. I'm sorry. Them dudes are gonna be angry. Them dude's gonna be angry. Like, listen, Arizona might have the worst offensive line in football. They are. We're gonna be seeing him run around, like some little child who they allow to play there because he got leukemia or something. You seen them game? You seen the game where they like the little kid who has little needy kid. Let him play. That's how he looks like. They are gonna beat him down.
Dude, I'm crying over here.
God damn, man. God damn.
I will say this though. Arizona's only saving grace for this game may be the fact that they can get after the quarterback, and Jimmy G likes to hold on to the ball from time to time. So there's that.
All right, so K-Man.
Stupid.
K-Man. This is one of the games of the week. It's Cincinnati at Oakland. Who you got, K-Man?
Cincinnati?
Didn't they win last week?
Ooh.
No.
Cincinnati hasn't won anything.
I know, man. I'm just
Game of the week. Give me the Raiders.
All right. Who you got, B?
The only win that Cincinnati's gonna get this season is the number 1 draft pick in the NFL, in the upcoming NFL draft.
Probably Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Give me the Raiders, man. Dude, yeah.
Oh, snap. All right.
As bad as we thought Miami was, Cincinnati is.
Yeah. I mean, Miami tore it apart just to lose. Cincinnati just rolled it out there and just like, no, we suck. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a real. Oh, also with Cincinnati, Marvin Lewis should get another look at head coaching job, because that's the same squad from last year.
I know, right?
The same squad from last year.
They look even worse.
Even worse.
Wow. All right. So, B-Wig, who you got out of New England and Philadelphia, B-Wig?
New England. Yes. New England.
Yeah, I would take New England too, man.
They're gonna be really, really, really ready for this game. Trust me. They just lost.
I know.
In front of everybody on national TV. The Eagles might lose this game by double digits.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they're gonna punish them. Who you got, K, man?
I got New England. They want revenge for the Super Bowl. Oh, Jason Peters is coming back in the wrong game, and they trying to right this ship. Also, Philly ain't got no offense. Their offense isn't what they thought it was going to be. I don't know why they thought a 33-year-old who's only good at being fast, but then if he gets hurt, isn't fast, was going to help them. They're so bad. Who did they sign? Jordan Matthews. Oh, Jordan Matthews, who ruined a fantasy football season for me.
What wasn't he previously with the team?
Yeah, this is his third stint. This is third stint.
Yeah. They drafted him. He played. Then they let him go. He went to Buffalo. Then they cut him. And then came back. And then they cut him. And now he's back.
All right, K, man. Who you got out of Chicago and LA? And it's in LA.
That's a good one. It being in LA doesn't mean anything, because it's gonna be more Bears fans than there are Rams fans. So, no, is it the Chargers or the Rams?
Rams.
Give me the Rams. I think the Rams do enough to win this game. But let's talk about the Rams. Jared Goff. I heard somebody say this about Jared Goff. He is a play-action quarterback. A play-action quarterback has the second highest contract in the NFL. In the NFL's history, a play-action quarterback. Wow.
Yep.
That's all I got to say. But give me the Rams.
Who you got, B?
A play action quarterback that almost has as many interceptions as he has touchdowns, and has the 28th. He's 28th in QBR for the season. But I mean, I don't even really like that stat like that. But I just thought I'd point that out. Give me the Bears.
Why you taking the Bears?
Yeah, I think for that reason, I think that defense frustrates him to no end. I don't. He's listen. Jared Goff just he's committing probably the worst heist or the best heist we've witnessed in recent NFL memory. He looks a lot like Joe Flacco after Joe Flacco got his money. I mean the resemblance is uncanny.
I don't know what the biggest heist in sports is. I don't know if it's between him or Rashad Lewis. I don't know in the NBA. I don't know which one's worse. I mean,
Albert Hainsworth.
No, because Albert kind of earned his money.
But he dropped off a cliff too after he got it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no. To be fair, he had already fallen off the cliff, and then Dan Snyder gave him his money.
Yeah. No. I mean, you were talking about the number one position in all of sports, and woo.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you the problem with the Rams. Last year they had a pretty good formula, with McVay and Goff and Gurley running the ball. The defense was okay, but what happens with any team in the league, I'm gonna say it because it happened to the Saints. When you get up to that plateau and everyone starts looking at film, they're gonna know what you're doing. Yeah. Every year you have to reinvent yourself if you're gonna stay a relevant team like the Patriots. They find different ways to get the ball down the field to different people. The defense does different schemes seem like every year, so you can't figure them out.
And let's be for real. It's year 3 in Wade's defense. Everybody catches up to Wade's defense after the second or third year. Second thing, that offensive line, especially that interior, got old really quickly. Mm-hmm. And this is their problem. They gave up way too much they've been giving up way too many draft picks over these last 2 years. And then what do they need in this draft? They need a burner wide receiver and they need offensive line. What is this draft deep in? Wide receivers and O-linemen. And they don't have the picks to go get them. Or the money to go get people.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine T. Higgins in that offense from Clemson?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be scary.
CeeDee
Lamb, yeah.
Woo. Yeah, and just think if Travis Etienne came out from Clemson and they can replace Gurley with him. But,
yeah. Or what's the dude? What's the dude from Colorado? Laviska Shenault or something.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because he's a second rounder. Just imagine somebody. It's like, oh my god.
Yep.
All right. So B-Wig, Monday night game, man. Another game in LA, but it's Kansas City versus the Chargers. Who you got, B?
The Chargers play hard in prime time, but I don't think that defense can hold up to what the Chiefs are going to bring in there. From Mecole Hardman, BAB. I just don't think they have enough to counteract that offense. I'll take the Chiefs.
All right, who you got, K, man? BAB, huh? B. Who you got, K, man?
I got the Chiefs. Because what Tennessee did to them, the Chargers cannot replicate because they are missing Derwin James. They could run on them because they with Eckler and with Gordon, but they just can't stop them. And Kansas City, I think, wants to win a division, and they also want at least a first round bye. So, give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, because I see this kind of being a high scoring affair. I see Phillip Rivers coming out throwing the ball. But I see, like you say, I see Melvin Gordon having a big game, gashing him or something like that. But if the Chiefs come out at full strength and they start hitting them passes, man, Mahomes start doing them at Mahomes magic crap, it's going to be a long night for the Chargers in LA. But all right, parting shots. You go first, B-Wig.
Actually, my partner shot has absolutely nothing to do with the NFL. RIP, big RIP to my man John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Cultural icon. Just you get Friday and Wayans Brothers and just countless memories. Shout out to my man John Witherspoon, man. Rest in peace.
What's that sound echo in the night? The sound I hear when I'm holding you tight. Holding you tight. That's my love going bang, bang, bang.
The tiptones.
That's my love. Shout out. But also shout out to Grandpa from the Boondocks.
Oh, man. Granddad.
Granddad.
Oh. Boy.
I call it the Luther. Because I heard it was Luther Vandross' favorite sandwich. Luther Vandross is dead.
Oh, man. Oh, man. See, now I got to go on Hulu and watch that tonight.
Oh, my God. Yeah, shout out to John Witherspoon, man. Wow. Yeah, like you said, icon, man. He been in a lot of stuff, man.
Woo. Gotta coordinate.
You gotta coordinate. He said, you don't whip the, you gotta whip. Bang, 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 bang.
I heard some girl got you.
Every time I'm come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. Eating up all the food.
Remember on Friday, he was like, "Oh, that dog, he got me, son. He had a piece of pants missing from his butt." Then
I grab a dog, I strangle him, and all day my foot up.
Yeah, all day long. But look, y'all remember?
Pleasure.
I heard you got some big perm problem. This big worm, big perm, big hole. I don't give a.
Look,
You get out of my house.
He got one of the best memes. Him in that bathroom spraying that stuff with that look on his face.
Yeah.
Stink. Because you know how many people use that, even football teams, man. Then they're stinking up the joint. Look.
I do that now. I just when I'm in the bathroom, I grab the spray. I just make that face, just by default.
He gave 30, 40 years of just entertaining us with just little things, not overpowering, just little things. But you add all those little things up and they just become one big thing. So
Yeah,
rest in peace.
That's a good point shot, man. I'm gonna tell you one more thing, man. Then we can go. Remember the episode of the Wayans Brothers where he had on them white shoes? He was up on the bar dancing. It was Marlon said, "Man, like he had some rhythmless Tic Tacs on."
Right.
Pop, sugar pop. Let's slide.
Look, y'all remember what Seinfeld said in one of his little stand-up routines? He said, "Have you ever been in your parents' closet and they grew up in the 70s and they got those clothes and they still wear them? Like, this is gonna ride that joint all the way out."
Right.
Witherspoon had them clothes from the 70s. He used to rock them joints, man.
Yeah, man. Yo. I got a partner shot. One of the best games I saw in a long time was that Saturday game, LSU versus Alabama.
Yeah.
That lived up to the hype and exceeded the hype.
Yeah, it did. It was better than what I thought it was gonna be, and I'm an LSU fan.
Yeah, shout out to LSU's coach.
Yeah.
This is our house now.
Who wanted to get rid of him, but didn't think he was the right man for the job.
But the funny thing, y'all mentioned that, man. I was watching the Paul Feinbaum show, and several Alabama fans called in and said, "Well, look, if we lose to LSU, it's not really gonna hurt us because look who LSU's beating. We can still make the college football, the Final Four in college football.
Same line.
Yeah, I mean, who is it now? LSU, Ohio State, Clemson,
and Georgia.
And Georgia.
Yeah, and
Alabama's 5.
Yeah. The thing is, if Alabama has to win out, they got to beat Auburn. When I mean beat Auburn, they got to beat Auburn.
They got to beat Auburn by 30. They got to beat Auburn 30.
Yeah.
But it was just for the NFL, that game. The Miami Dolphins had 3 representatives there. One of them being their general manager. The assessment of all that talent there, from the wide receivers to the offensive line to the quarterbacks.
And look, Kid,
and
man,
then you got.
I'm watching the game, kid, man, and then when you mentioned that, I was like, "Damn, he right." I wasn't even thinking about that, but all them. Yeah.
So those kids, they play on Sunday. They're gonna be playing on Sundays.
Yeah,
first. So that's my point.
Yeah, man. That was a good game. Like I said, it was better than what I thought it was gonna be. But I was really surprised, man, because Alabama looked stunned when LSU was beating them. They looked like wow, like we never been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they were looking like, what do we do? But
yeah.
All right, good people.
And Sean leaves the set.
Yes.
To go get, what is that?
What is that?
Before the West Coast. I can't see the pictures. Oh, okay.
It's about my high school. They did
okay.
About it.
Gotcha.
On sale, $69.95.
Don't you running that? You running HSN now?
my high school. We broke the civil rights barrier.
We going to Arrows? Blockbuster? Come on now.
All right, man.
All right, peeps.
Look, the itis kicking in because this food's starting to weigh on me. Don't eat brisket, pulled chicken, potato salad, and cornbread.
Kennedy. Sean had a Luther.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He had the Luther.
Now, if we don't hear from Sean next week, the big meat companies got him because he's telling you not to eat ribs and pulled pork. We can't have this.
Ooh, boy. But look, man, don't look. Let me tell you this. Tell me if I'm crazy. When y'all riding, you could have just finished eating and you smell barbecue. You be like, oh man, somebody got some barbecue, man. What the? It make you hungry again.
Yeah. Especially like when fall had first started, and I would be coming home. I pull in my neighborhood, like I got my windows down or something, and I smell charcoal. It's like there's a sensor in my brain that says time to eat.
Yeah. Oh, and look, that remind me of what you call them, man. In Poetic Justice, what Tupac said when they were riding down the road and they pulled over.
Oh, yeah.
You know, little Junebug, that's you.
Yeah. Cousin. Hey, cousin.
It was getting them some barbecue, man. All right, peoples.
All right, man.
All right.
Same time, same channel next week.
See you later.
Nothing but serious comments and jokes and analysis and nothingness because we're wrong about everything.
You ain't got to go home. You know the rest.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Holla.